Hi my lovely tubers. Oh, I better talk into the microphone. Speak into the microphone. Okay, so on the K again, it's my commute. I'm on the way home now. It's 8 o'clock home time after the 12-hour shift. Today I thought I'd do a quick vid. I've been riding bikes for 20 plus years. Okay, 27 years. And proper riding. You've seen the state of my bikes, you've seen the state of my videos. I ride bikes all the time, all weathers, snow, well, sleety stuff I've been out in. Haven't done the snow thing. I was going to though in the Alp. I thought, well, I'll do the Transalp thing and take that. So I mean, I cannot tell you enough how important that lot is. Yeah, having the gear, yeah, all the gear. Couple of little sayings: sweat's cheaper than skin. Yeah, heard that one? Sweat's cheaper than skin. And if you're not sweating before you go like I am now, you're not wearing enough. Okay, now I picked up this one, didn't I? And then it did a slide down the road after 98 meters, and I was what, a mile from my house? So I was a mile away and I still had all my kit on, gloves, everything. So we'll just do a quickie today, I think, on kind of styles of riding and safety while you ride. Some of the things I'm going to probably tell you are things that you might think are a bit strange, but then you might think, well, that's not a bad idea, Rob. So I'm going to mikey myself up. And if you didn't notice, I'm wearing goggles. I tend to love wearing my goggles now. So let's get you in if I can. Am I doing that the right way, or do I have to go in the other way? Oh, am I going to take my helmet off? Just bear with me, people. Bear with me, tubers. Hey, here we go. And we're on. Hopefully I'll put it in the right one and you can see all right. So we'll get rid of that. Chuck that in the neck, under the neck somewhere. Chuck it in the helmet. Okay, so it's dangerous. Riding bikes, dangerous. Okay, I don't have to tell you that. Okay, shorts and t-shirt, no, naughty people. So first thing to do, don't outbike yourself, you know. Don't outbike yourself. If you think you're not ready to ride a big bike, and you're not ready to go out in bad weather, maybe don't do it. But don't keep putting it off so you only ride in dry weathers, because that doesn't teach you how to ride a motorbike. Now, we would love to have beautiful roads in the ideal world, but in the ideal world it doesn't exist when you're on a bike, because we have obstacles wherever we go. I'm just trying to get me mic near my mouth. And this is a prime example. Okay, you're on a narrow road, you can have rocks that have been dragged out, so you could come around the corner and see rocks in the middle of the road. Not only that, you've got gateways. Okay, when it rains, you'll get all the gravel wash out from the gateways onto the road, and you can come around and suddenly see shitloads of gravel. So that's something to be aware of, just basic looking at the road. You've also got where to position yourself on the road. You can see here that you get an accumulation in the centre of gravel. Again, like riding little ball bearings. So be aware of that, but also be aware in the centre. Now, also be aware in the centre is where, if you're going to get any oil dropped, it's going to be in the centre. So if you suddenly got rain, be wary for some slippy roads in the middle. Okay, but I tell you how bad it was. I was coming back on the Deville one day on this route, night time, so it was dark, and well, it was winter, and I was riding on the gravel and the mud and the shit in the middle because it was sleety snow, and that was that was better to ride on the gravel and the mud in the middle than it was on the slime and the ice. So that was quite an interesting ride home. So obviously be aware of your junctions, read your signs. There you go, look. Alright, read your signs. Okay, Slippy road for 2 miles. Why is that? Do you know? Do you shit? So just bear in mind, you might come around the corner, there's a diesel spill. I mean, that's a permanent one. So be aware of that. You've got a silage being cut and harvested. Grass on the road will put you on your ass. So just be aware. Yeah? Think about everything. Think about the wind. When you're riding and it's windy, you come to a gateway and the wind is coming this way, you'll get blown across the road. I call it a gateway waltz. You come to a gateway and you go woo. Alright, so bear that in mind. But read your signs. We've got fantastic signs in this country. Yeah? And also be aware of everything else that's going on in the world. Maybe stopping for a pee-pee. So obviously having the correct gear helps with your comfort. Yeah? Again, narrow road. I'm looking up here with my riding. I'm looking at the top of that hill to see if there's anything coming. You know, that's how far ahead I'm riding. Okay, and I'm doing what, 40 mile an hour? I think 40 mile an hour is fast enough. I don't know what's around the bend, and I want to go home. So you've got conditions of the road, i.e. gravel. You've got white lines. Oh, doggies! You got white lines on the road. If it's raining, they can put you on the floor. Simple as that. You've got farmyards. You've got loaders that might come out on tractors at the head level. Yeah. And that can bring you onto the brakes. When do you use the brakes? I mean, you kind of go for a 60-40 split, but I'm permanently playing and doing it even a 20, a 10. So you're using your back and your front brake. Obviously, you've got more control. See, cow shit there from cows crossing. Now, also, talking about the right gear, your clothing, your gloves, your helmet, no bare skin. It is, of course, the one and only invisibility suit. Once you put this stuff on, you get on a bike, you're invisible. You've become invisible. Like the road rage people, they just ignore you. When you go, oh, what did you do, sir? And they just sort of don't even look at you. So we can come to detritus on the road. Sticks, leaves, anything people have thrown out. Dogging maybe. Alright, you can't see around the corner. There you go, look. Gravel's lovely. So if you're coming into that gravel, now that was a corner, so instead of continuing to put the pressure on the tyres to go around the corner, I took the power off and I just went upright and I went on the gravel because I didn't want to put any force on that bike. Okay, and by standing the bike upwards, you give it more ability to grip, and obviously you're not putting power on. So you're off that power. I'm not hitting the brakes. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not even doing anything rash with the throttle. Just literally come off everything. Yeah? Think about your balance. Where you look, your horse will go. Except you're on a bike. Okay? So you come into the junction now. Yeah? So I'm not on the front brake. Oh, choke still sounded a bit high on her. Okay, I mean, you could have kept going, but it's a shitty road, this is. Okay, and again, you're crossing the main road, so you don't change gear in the middle of the road. Wait until you get on the other side. Alright. Now, got the glare off the other headlights, haven't you? Look at that. Great big piece of wood there. And don't think that if you come along the road and you see a big rock, check your mirrors, maybe pull over, hop off, go and chuck it in the bush. Because if you don't come off, somebody else might. You can see how I'm picking which side to go on, just because I know where the potholes are and the manholes. You'll learn, you'll get to know manholes on your route. Yeah? You'll get to know where the gravel comes out. Here's a cut across for a farm. So sometimes when it's raining, see, you'll get the shit coming out with the farmer. Yeah? So all these things you learn about. And again, try and keep to the left-hand lane, because you've got cars that might overshoot and take your knee out, which is very easy to do. There's that big pothole I said about, that they filled it now. I went down it the other day. Oh, here you go, look. Someone doing some nice bit of green work. You hear that, you're going to come off. It's a horrible sound when you come off as well, crunching plastic and metal, regardless of the fact you might hurt yourself. Birds! Didn't mention birds, did I? And especially stupid pheasants who have to walk across the road like that. They don't tend to walk properly, they just do like a jig. So you hit a bird at 60 miles an hour, you're going to know about it. I've hit a pigeon before now, hit me straight in the chest, and I saw it, and all I could do was just go, ah, and gripped hold, and it hit me straight in the chest. And I looked behind me in my mirror, and obviously it was a slab, so I sort of did that, because you can't see out your mirrors because your arms are in the way. And all I saw was feathers, no bird. So you've got to be aware for your feathers. I know a story of a guy in Norfolk hit a pheasant doing a silly speed, hit him in the head, broke his neck, killed him. Fucking pheasant. So I don't have to tell you the obvious about your junctions, because you won't be seen, and that might not be the driver's fault. You may be caught in his blind spot, his A-pillar. Yeah. So if you're caught in that A-pillar at the same time he's coming and turning, and you're coming and you're travelling, you may actually stay in that blind spot of his A-pillar. So just be aware, every time someone's waiting to pull out, be ready for them to pull out. Be ready for them to hop onto the other side of the road to get out their way. Building site, there you go. Look at the shit on the road. Now remember the shit on the road, because if it rains, this one, look at that this morning. What a beast, oil, holy shit bags. And remember that, because if it rains, you're not going to see it, but it's still going to be there and can put you on the road. So just remember these things in your mind when you're riding. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. No, just remember, birdie on the road, your manholes, yeah? Remember them for the rainy days. Okay? Take a note of stuff. Yeah? You've got busy times at the minute, because it's silage time, it's harvesting, it's sowing, well, it's spring, so it's sowing, and it's you've got a lot of possibilities of tractors. I read an awful story, or I watched an awful story. They were working out how this guy died, and he hit the back of a tractor, but he hit the tyre, and as he hit the tyre he got sort of flipped over, and then the tractor ran over him. And they were saying if he actually hit the middle of the tractor with all those horrible bits of metal, he would have been alright, he would have lived. Well, he wouldn't be alright, he'd be fucked, but he would have lived. But because he got drove over by a 15-ton tractor, it just killed him, because he hit the tyre. So I've spoken about out biking yourself. So that could be going and doing your direct access and going out and buying an R1, which is what you could do. You could do a week's intensive riding, take the test on a 600 and go and ride a powerful bike. Crazy. So farmyards, yeah, there you go. All these little things, seams in the road where they join roads together, and you'll get that little bit of tar. That could be slippy and wobbly. Again, don't panic. There's always these cars parked here lately. dogging. Alright, don't panic and think, oh, I've got to get out of it. Just again, come off the accelerator. Don't hit the brakes. Travel over it, hold on to your handlebars, and she'll right herself. Be sensible. Oh, it's just beautiful, isn't it? I really love riding my bikes. Now, think about comfort. I'm going to put my heated grips on because my handies are getting a little bit cold. So comfort is very important. I get so much shit because of my heated grips, my heated seat and a heated waistcoat. But it's so nice because I've got a heated waistcoat. Now remember your lines, yeah? The lines have lines for a reason. Okay? And there you go, look. If there's no cars, you could have gone. Broken white line, you can overtake. Doubles never do overtaking on doubles. There's a reason for it. Close your visor down because you may get some debris in your face. Alright? And where's he going to go? Have a look at his trucklet. Everything's working, so odds are his lights and his indicators might come on if he uses them. Alright? Visor coming up because I'm steaming up. Double whites. Why is it double whites? Well, because you can't see, look. You don't have to be a brain box to do that. And are you in a hurry? No, so don't worry about it. Just chill. Enjoy the ride. Yeah? Enjoy the ride. Look over the hedges. I think that's why I like bikes as well as opposed to cars, because you can look in hedges, you can look at stuff, and because you've got all this road here, yeah, to weave about on as you look at things, whereas a car you've got what, inches, 10 inches before you're in the other oncoming traffic. Now I haven't seen where he's going to go as a farm, so he could be on the long haul. So if I'm going to anticipate an overtake, whack it down a cog. I can see, but there is a junction on the left. Alright. So there you go. Nice room to see, but you did have this junction here that you needed to think about. Oh, it's a lovely day. Make every manoeuvre slowly, especially on a big bike. Biggest thing with a big bike is you have to think a bit more ahead. Think about your riding on your corners, think about your changing gear. Not that it matters on big stuff with your gears if you fuck it up. Okay, sports bikes aren't as forgiving. I mean, modern ones probably are, but not the sports bikes I was brought up on. Skinny little tyres. So I mean, a 1985 slab doesn't exactly give you a lot of options. So again, look at your signs. You've got a clearway sign, 50 mile an hour. You've got 2 double junctions, yeah? You've got a bend here. Is there any manholes on the band? Yeah, there is. I know there is. There's 2 of them. One there, look, and one on the way out. Change it down, bring it down, and away you go. Yeah? Come back up. And if you notice, I'm sort of picking which side I go on. This is where it was I was riding in the middle because of all the shit in the ice. Okay, you got junctions again, you got speed limit. Alright. Start whacking it down. Start anticipating the bend. Start thinking to yourself, you've got a 30-mile-an-hour limit, okay? So you're not slowing down because there's a camera, you're slowing down because of the obstacles that may be here. I mean, look at this puppy. Right where someone could pull out on you. Alright, you've got houses here. So be aware, use your signs, yeah? No, it's in the centre here, there's some splatters of something. So obviously today it's going to be relatively okay, but when it rains, it's something to remember. Yeah? Probably not even coming up on the camera. So I could come on to looking after your bike. Check your tyre pressures once a month. Check your tyre pressures. Have a look around your bike. Look at your brakes. Yeah, look at the general condition of stuff. Wipe your headlights, wipe your mirrors. Yeah, obviously not just with your finger. Do them properly. Just use some window lean on them. Alright. So again, you're thinking about your gravel. Thinking about livestock. I mean, I come around a corner like this once on a road. There was a fucking sheep in the road. Holy shit. Honestly, there was a sheep and I just went, oh fuck, and slammed on the brakes. I can't remember what bike I was on, but he was right in the middle of the road. He just stopped, looked at me, and then he started sort of doing, oh, which way? And I was like, oh fuck. So you've got conditions of the road, look, it's beginning to break up. Okay, so think about it. Guys, cut the grass, look, so you can see. Think about it. Think about the stainage on the road here. Is it oil? And I think that's why it's so enjoyable riding bird bikes, because you don't think about anything else, about what you're doing. Yeah? Permanently think about your environment, the weather, the temperature, how your bike's behaving, your gauges. Yeah? And if somebody wants to pull over to let you go, you don't have to go. Yeah? I've got 4 cars that are going at the same speed that I am, so is there a point of overtaking? And there's a dual carriageway up top of the road. Not a lot of need to whiz past him. Watch it when people do that, because you get all the gravel thrown up in your face. Alright? So wear your goggles. I can't go out on my bike now without my goggles. And they're just normal work goggles, you know? And I had posh work cycling ones, motorbike ones, a fucking dog ate it. Alright? So again, think about what's going on. Think about the road closures. Think about this car on the left. Maybe get in front of him. Keep your indicator on, yeah? Joins in the tarmac. You're looking at joins in the tarmac. Yeah? You're going over. Stick your indicator on. Couple of seconds. Let everyone know what you're doing. Remember, if it's raining, think of the white lines you're crossing. Think of the condition of your tyres. Alright? When a car comes past, are you going to get any stones thrown up? Yeah? All these things you need to think about. Yeah? All these little tiny things. Every single metre you're riding, you're thinking there was a bird on the left, so I'm looking for that bird. I'm looking for debris, I'm looking for exhaust, stones. I'm looking at my mirrors, I'm checking the mirrors of what's coming up behind me. All these little things. Oh, I've still got COVID, guys. Well, I haven't got COVID, but I've got the weakness from COVID. Now again, here you've got a junction. Is it clear in case you have to jump out quick? So put your indicator on. Yeah, get out in that outside lane. Keep your eye on that junction on the left. Say hello to the bikes coming down the hill. Alright guys. Alright, you've got cars up ahead, so is it worth going back in? You might as well just stay in this lane. Alright. Watch your speed. Watch for anything. Look at the debris that could be blown into your path. Look at the chain reaction disco. In the middle of a chain reaction. Remember to move across slowly, because remember your white lines. Alright. I remember when I was riding, well, I did my test on a 125 and then went straight on to my first bike, which was a 600 diversion. Yum yum. But I rode it for 2 years with restrictors. Ow, got an itchy nose. And I got a big spot on my nose, so I can't itch it. Ah. And that was my first bike. So, obviously I've ridden other stuff, but that was my first legal bike. Okay? So you're going to be looking at speed, you're going to be looking for your birds, you're going to be looking for sticks, you're going to be looking at the rest of the road. Think and be ready for the unexpected, you know? I had a scary time here in this lay-by. I pulled in just to stop and do something, and I stepped off the bike, walked around it, and someone drove straight in, didn't even stop, and nearly ran me over. Oh fuck, if I'd stepped one more step, he'd have run me over, because he was doing like 40 miles an hour through that thing. Okay, again, get your ass out. Okay, there you go. So he can see my indicator on, and even if finds it difficult to judge what lane I'm in, they can pretty much figure out that obviously I've got my indicator on, I've moved out for him. Crosswinds. There's always a crosswind here. Look at the trees. If you're in a new spot, look at your trees. If the trees are slightly pointing that way, odds are there may be some crosswinds. Yeah? Look at the environment. All these little things. Now, I've also got to mention looking at reflections, you know. If you're riding along, and you can use reflections on windows, cars. If you can't see around the corner, but you can see a car parked there, have a look at the car. See if you can see anything in the reflections of the car, or in a shop window. Use the little things around you. There's a roadwork sign there, so odds are they might be meaning something. You could come around the corner and find people on the road. I mean, it's just a healthy way to stay alive, and that's what I thought I might do today. And I cannot tell you how sensible Kit is, you know, having come off a few times. Yeah? Having come off bikes a few times and been, well, the worst thing I did, I bloody chipped my shoulder blade, which was okay until you have to wipe your ass with your other hand. I tended to give up and just have a poo and then have a shower, because I couldn't do it. Just smeared it everywhere. It's like basting a turkey. So here, people die here all the time. Okay, you've got a speed camera, it doesn't really help people's driving. But look at this, you've got multiple ways of getting squished. Yeah. So this is just a notorious junction. So drop the speed off. Yeah, you want to draw carriageway 70 miles an hour. Drop your speed down. Yeah. Keep your eye on your mirrors. Every few seconds, check your mirrors. Ooh. Watch out for these grooves that have been gouged in there. Yeah, watch out for patches. Watch out for where they've laid cables, and you've got the road with the cables that are laid, the trench. Okay, watch out for helicopters flying over here from Castle Air. All these little things, you know. I mean, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about that car that was behind me that I just saw, to see if he was going to come up. I'm thinking about the junctions on my left. I'm thinking about this car. I'm thinking about whether I could overtake and get in front of him quickly. So I'm preparing, I'm indicating. He obviously knows what I'm doing. Plenty of room. Okay, and I'm just going to stay in this right hand lane a little bit longer. Okay, dodge these white lines as you go. See the centre join? That can give you a little wobble. So there's a bird. So I'm permanently scanning, you know, another bird. I'm permanently scanning with my eyes. I'm permanently looking. There's a slipway down here on the left. He's got his fog lights on. Is he going to glare you? There's a join in the tarmac, look. Shall we see if we can get our wheel in there, see if it wobbles a bit? That's a good thing about big bikes when it comes to tarmac and stuff. You don't feel it. You've got big stuff happening here, okay? I'm going to come up to something now. Okay? apart from your junctions. Alright, what's this on the right hand side? So you've got petrol station, alright, not an issue in itself, but right next to a roundabout. So if you overfill your truck and you come round the roundabout, what's going to happen to all that diesel? It's going to end up on that roundabout. Okay, so be wary of petrol stations near bends. Yeah, first bend near a petrol station, first roundabout near a petrol station. If people have overfilled, then that's where it's going to spill out. Alright, think your speed limits. What? Why is it 50? Just use your brain, think about why. Double white lines. Why you got double white lines? You might see it in a minute. You see they've got 2 lanes and they come round this corner. Absolutely phenomenal in the morning how fast they come round this corner. There's no one coming around it fast now. So again, I've jumped over to this side of the road. Yeah, just to give myself maybe a little bit of oil on the road, to give myself a little bit more space in case I need it. Alright, all these little things you should be doing. There's something in the road. What's that? It's dead, whatever it is. Dead. Alright, so we're in a 40 now. I don't have to tell you here what you're looking at. Oh, and there we go, look, so use your signs. What does that mean? Got traffic lights, could have a queue, could have someone jumping the traffic lights, could be roadworks, could have water spilling across everywhere. And we ain't going to get past him. Now, is he in the queue? I wonder what we got in front of us. That's rad. GSXR. Not my old one, is it? No. Now I'm hoping that this guy here, yeah, he's waiting on the traffic lights and he's not waiting to do the work. All the gear on, look, guys. Come on, matey potato. Hopefully his boots will hold out. No, he did work for him, look. So, think about everything. Come on, matey potato, you can open it up? Yeah! Now, the lights could go wrong. And that guy could come up. That guy could come up. Wow! Smoked him. So, you're permanently looking, permanently thinking about what you've got going on around you. Yeah? Think about this car in front. Does he know where he's going? Is he gonna slam his brakes on? Yeah. So think about it. You've got a bike behind you. So if you like me, you like to jump on the road. Just keep your eye on that bike and whether he's going to overtake you or not. All right. So all these little things. Okay. All these. Think of your cambers on your road. Yeah. Think of the angle of that road. So are the cambers right? A lot of times there'll be a sign that'll say, oh, wrong cambers, yeah? So just think about everything that's going on with the camber of the road, because that'll have an influence on your centre of gravity and throw you off. Always be ready. Look, I'm always covering that brake and clutch. Always there. Always checking. Alright, and I'm checking what's going on in front. I'm not really sort of got all my brain concentrating on that one. Okay, I'm looking at the cars in front to see what they're going to do. Watch on your overpass. Make sure there aren't any kids dropping stuff on you. That was a big thing when I was doing my HGV 20 odd years ago. That was bloody kids would drop breeze blocks off and kill lorry drivers. slippy road for 1 mile. And that's an add-on, that's not a permanent sign, yeah? So they've obviously put that sign on for a reason. So has there been an incident between me coming home from work last week? Half a mile. And there you go, he was giving that some welly woo, wasn't he? Alright. So we're still on slippy road. Who knows? But you can still enjoy it. So what does that sign say? So you've got another 440 yards of an oil slick, slippy road, could be anything. So I'm not pushing my bike. I've already copped that car in the corner. Is he the one that's got the slippy road? Oh, he's naked. So I'm not pushing my bike in case there is slippy there, but it is dry. Okay, try and go through the gap without going over the cat's eye. Another junction coming up, look. Got your 100-yard markers. I need to have been splatted on this one as well. Alright. Think of your hidden dips, yeah? All these little things. It's still enjoyable though. I'm just trying to tell some people these things if you're a new rider maybe. And again, it's getting dark now. And it's not dark, but it's not daylight now, it's getting dusk. So this is when it's very difficult in evenings because it makes it harder for you to judge distances. Okay, or for people to judge your distance. Yeah, so if you're going past the junction, it makes it more difficult for them. Alright? We should do one of riding at night really. Where to look. When you've got someone dazzling you, yeah? Don't look at the lights. I always, when I'm riding and it's like bright, I'll start looking right on this left-hand track. Because that's all I need to see if I'm being dazzled by a car coming the other way. I just need to know where I am on this side of the road. And if need be, I might squint or turn my head. Alright? Alright. So again, I'm looking in my mirror, nod to the biker, blind spot, and away we go. So, there we go, and we're on green. A roundabout near a petrol station, what did I say earlier? Yeah, so be aware, especially in the wet. Alright, legs against the bike. There you go. So pleasurable riding bikes. I love it. Now obviously along here, what are motorists going to be doing? Motorists are going to be looking for money for the toll. They might not be thinking about a motorbike. So you need to be aware of that. Again, he's got his bright lights on. Oh no, bright light! They're getting ready to do a load of work, look. I think it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 till 6 or something. So be ready for workmen to be sat there having a chat. Alright, I think we'll go this way today.